Hi everyone, it's Dorian here. We're going to review a few thesis statements to see if they're working or not working. So first, we're going to see if they meet these bullet points. Does the thesis statement state the other side's position first? Use a concession to present one or two of the other side's good arguments? State your own position last, and then keep in mind that your own position should answer the central question of the unit, which is what should we do to mitigate the harmful legacy of slavery and discrimination perpetrated against African Americans and Black Americans. Okay, so here's our first one. Slavery is a scourge on our nation, one we cannot get rid of. However, instead of trying to erase the ugly past, it's time for us to move forward. We can start by apologizing for slavery and taking down Confederate monuments. Okay, take a minute, see what you think about that one. Okay, hopefully, like me, you found that this thesis statement does not meet the basic requirements, does not state somebody else's position first. It does not use concession to present one or two good points that the other side makes. It does make a proposal of what should happen, but that's not enough to make this a perfect thesis statement, so this one's going to have to be red. There we go. Okay. Number 2. Some say we should offer monetary reparations for all African Americans individually. Although the wish to be sweepingly generous makes sense, this plan is actually not feasible and would sow more chaos and hurt than healing. What we need to do instead is set up strong community funding to lift poor neighborhoods out of poverty. Okay, take a minute and think about this one. Okay, I hope that you discovered that this one does meet those requirements. It does state the other side's position. Some say we should offer monetary reparations for African Americans individually. It does use a concession to present one or two points, right? It makes sense to be so generous. And then it does state the writer's point of view. This plan is not feasible and would cause more chaos and hurt. And then it does address the central question. What we need to do instead is this. Okay, so this one is a good model for you as you write your thesis statement, and I'm going to highlight it in green. All right. Reparations are a hot topic and a controversial one. Many people have different views about them. Some say we ought to offer support to communities rather than individuals. I agree with this, as communities are struggling, and if you just give support to individuals, money could be wasted. Okay, for the sake of time, I'm going to hope that you found this one to be red. It says here many people have different views about them. That would be a good statement. That would be a good place to put in the other side's view, but it's not quite there yet. This might work. Some say we ought to offer support to communities rather than individuals. However, this seems to be the same position as the essay writer, so this one is not working. With a little bit of work, it could be working, but right now it is not working. It does not meet the basic requirements of a thesis statement for this essay. Next one. Reparations are a hot topic and a controversial one. Some say we ought to offer support to communities rather than individuals. Even though these folks are right to worry about wasted money, support for individuals is the best way to redress harm because it's an effective way to pay back centuries of lost wages, and it signals trust in the people's ability to find their own ways forward. All right, hopefully you found that this is kind of a modification of the one before. It does state the other side's point of view. It does use a concession. It does acknowledge their good point about people being right to worry about wasted money. It does offer what we should do. Support for individuals is the best way to reduce harm, and it gives two reasons for that. So it does show us what we should do. So this one is working, and I'm going to highlight it in green. Okay, finally, last one. Reparations are simply, oops, there goes my light. Reparations are simply not possible because they're impractical. And who would pay? Not everyone is guilty of slavery, which happened a long time ago. And this could make people more angry and make the situation worse. Hopefully right off the bat you see that this one is not working. And so I'm going to highlight that in red. Okay. I'm just going to go back up here so you can see again the rules. State the other side's position first, use a concession, state your own position last, and make sure you're answering the central question of the unit. What should we do to mitigate the harmful legacy of slavery and discrimination perpetrated against African Americans, Black Americans? Okay, I look forward to reading your thesis.